Okay, listen. I want to tell you a story. Have you ever felt like you are living in two completely different worlds at the same time? Like, at home, you are one person, but outside, you have to be someone else. Have you? Sometimes, I think we don't really notice how the world is built until we realize it wasn't built for us. Not in a obvious way, not in a dramatic way, also, just quietly. I started thinking about this after watching a movie. Not because it was shocking or intense, but because it showed something we usually don't pay attention to. And that's exactly what happens in CODA. The movie follows Ruby as a teenage girl, the only hearing person in her family. Her parents and her brother are deaf, which means since she was young, she's been translating everything for them. Doctors, works, life, customers. She's always with the bridge. At first, it feels kind of normal. Like, okay, this is just her life, so what? And then I start to realize she's not just helping her family. She's carrying responsibilities that shouldn't belong to a teenager. And that's where the multicultural issue comes in. Ruby lives between two worlds. The hearing world, where people can speak, sing, express freely, and at the other hand, she has the deaf community, which has its own language, culture, and way of living. And the problem is, society only fully accepts one of them. There is this moment where Ruby joins the school choir. She finally finds something that hurts, something that makes her feel seen. But then the movie does something really powerful. When she sings on stage, the sounds completely disappear, suddenly disappears. And then we see her family's perspective, completely silenced. And that moment hit me so hard. The atmosphere suddenly changing from the hearing people to her family. Because it shows us something really important. Just because someone experiences the world differently doesn't mean they experience it less. The scene isn't just emotion, it's statement about representation, about how society often ignores people who don't fit the normal way of communicating. And that's where multiculturalism really shows up. Not just in race or language, but in whose voice are heard, whose voice are ignored. And Ruby's struggle isn't just about choosing music or family. It's about choosing between being herself and fulfilling other expectations placed on her. Something a lot of us can relate to. What makes CODA powerful isn't the music. It's the reminder that everyone deserves to be understood on their own terms. And honestly, that what makes this story stay with me long after the movie ends. Yeah, that's why CODA hit different. One of the strongest issues in CODA is representation and visibility. Ruby's family is not disabled in their own words. They have their own language, humor, and culture. But the problem starts when they step into a society that is built only for people who can hear. This reflects Stuart Hall's theory of representation, 1997. The idea that meaning is shaped by how groups are portrayed and recognized in society. The deaf community in CODA is often invisible, not because they lack of ability, but because society doesn't make space for them. Another issue is communication barriers.
which can be explained through Deborah Tennant's theory. Tennant argues that communication differences are not about intelligence, but about different cultural patterns of interaction. In the film, misunderstanding happened not because Ruby's family is incapable, but because the world refused to communicate in their own language. As Ruby grows older, she discovers her talent for singing, something deeply ironic, because it's the one thing her family cannot fully experience. This creates an internal conflict. Should she follow her passion or stay loyal to her family? Here we see identity negotiation explained by Stuart Hall. Identity is not fixed, but constantly formed through experience. At the same time, the film reflects systemic inequality, a concept discussed by Michel Foucault. Power exists in systems, schools, institutions, language, and those systems often exclude people who don't fit the norm. Ruby's work forced her to choose between her own future and her family needs. A choice many people from marginalized backgrounds know too well. Another important issue shown in the film is economic and social marginalization, which can be explained using Pierre Bourdieu's theory. Ruby's family lacks social and cultural capital, not intelligence, not love, but access. This is why Ruby becomes their bridge to opportunities they are denied. At the same time, the film also shows cultural resilience. Despite all the limitations, the family survives, adapts, and supports one another. This connects to Paulo Freire's idea of resistance, where marginalized groups reclaim their dignity through awareness, voice, and solidarity. Ruby's decision to pursue her dream is not an act of betrayal. It is an act of empowerment, made possible because her family finally supports her growth. In the end, CODA isn't really about music or even a family. It's about being seen in a world that often forgets to look closer. What stayed with me the most is how Ruby's stories mirror something so real. The quiet struggle of trying to be yourself while carrying expectations that were never yours to begin with. Watching her made me realize that sometimes the hardest thing isn't choosing between dreams and responsibilities, but finding the courage to listen to your own voice. Through its story, CODA reminds us that multiculturalism isn't just about different backgrounds existing side by side. It's about understanding, respect, and giving space to voices that are often unheard. And maybe that's the heart of the film, that finding your voice isn't selfish at all. It's how, it's how you finally learn who you are. Thank you.